everybody's been living good, man. It's been going down. There's some crazy stuff we gotta talk about. A lot of stories, man. A lot of things going on. But before we get into that, we gotta get some building, y'all. We got Vanessa Jodie in the building. Say what's up to the people.
Hey everyone.
Hey, yeah, man. Got a chance to get her in for the interview. So we're gonna talk to her a little bit later about music, performing. You know what I'm saying? What it means to be a strong black woman in this day and time in the industry, and also about what she feels about this presidential election. But we still having these conversations about this stuff. So, hey man, we're gonna get into it. We got some music that she's gonna drop right here exclusively on That's Major Talk, y'all. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna break it up in a minute. So hey man, just stay tuned. We'll be right back.
DJ and AJ playing the hottest hits.
Yo, we back, man. That's Major Talk right here on Hollywood Radio. It's your boy TJ in the building, y'all. Hey, man, with my homeboy AJ. What's up, DJ AJ? What's going on, man?
Man, I'm tired.
No, but we had a long weekend. Man, y'all just don't understand, boy.
36 hours in party with you.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, we be going so hard. We be tweaking on nothing. You know what I mean?
I had to tell my parents, like, yo, just hold my son for the next day. Like, just hold him like this so I can just sleep.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what. But, hey, man, what about that versus battle, though, man?
Versus battle,
that was dope. That was dope.
Why every versus battle is the same, though?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you notice it, but every collab song they do is the last song they play, and they all have it out.
Yeah.
No matter what they do in the beginning, it's like, it don't matter. Everybody's like, Lil Duval posted like, yo, they want to end up singing So Icy.
Right,
How
right.
I'm like,
Right. But they ain't even hugged. They
Nah.
were like, alright, we good. So I don't know, like, does that solidify it's over with? Because, I mean, normally we would do some dap. What's up, my homie? Alright, let's go to the club. They were like, alright, it's done.
See, what it was is that they were throwing shots.
Yeah.
Every shot that
They
Gucci,
shots.
every time Gigi threw a shot at Gucci, Gucci was like, yo, I got 5 million jewelry on me. My outfit costs 10.
Yeah.
Gigi's like, I own half of Atlanta. What's up? Gucci was just like, you know what? I'm gonna hit it where it hurts.
Right.
But, you
So,
know.
yeah, man. So we got Vanessa Jodie in the building, y'all. Hey, we're gonna bring her into this conversation.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, man. Good to get you on the show.
Yes, thank you for having me. I do have a guest with me, my home girl. She's gonna go ahead and introduce herself. She is an upcoming rap artist. So I'm gonna have her speak and introduce herself.
And then that's Black Girl Skin. You can find me on Black Girl Skin and everything.
Okay.
Support me.
Where you out of?
I'm at Atlanta.
Okay. What part?
I'm in Snellville right now.
Okay, you still here. Okay, that's what's up. All right. So how long? So what music you working on? You already had music? Or you getting started?
I'm working on an album right now. Dropping a few videos and stuff
Okay.
like that.
All right.
Get things up and together now.
That's what's up. So you gotta make sure you drop a song right here so we get some spin. We pay for spins on here.
Okay.
So
Okay,
your
I'm
music
gonna
spin on this show,
like that.
you get your music royalties.
With the clothing, okay.
Yeah. So we work all that out.
Okay.
So yeah. All right, man, it's good to have you. So hopefully soon we get you back for a real interview.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Me, what you want me to call you though? You want me to call you Jodie? You want me to call you Vanessa? What you want me to call you? Miss Jodie?
Both.
Okay, Vanessa Jodie.
Yeah, just like
Okay.
that.
All right. So what you think about the verses that happened this weekend? Did you get a chance to check it out?
I was kind of in and out on it.
Right.
Because where I'm from, like, we didn't really listen, you know,
Okay,
to Jay-Z
yeah.
and Gucci like
Yeah.
that. Like, I'm from Washington, D.C., so it wasn't like a big thing up there.
Right,
My
right.
friends like, oh, hey girl, what you doing? Oh, I'm on the way to the house. Like, you know, they're not even really, you know, pressing on you.
Yeah.
But when I moved from Washington to Raleigh, North Carolina, that's when I was introduced to Gucci Mane and Jay-Z.
Okay.
And I spent like probably 7 years in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I had like a really good intake on, like I could easily say what I felt was the difference between the two rappers.
Right.
And I know
Hey,
Gucci, I love you. But
Hey.
I've always been a Jeezy fan.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because Jeezy hits it where people can truly relate. Like, he talks straight, this was my struggle.
Right.
Now I want you to walk with me while I'm struggling till I get to the top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gucci Mane to me is like, if you like one of them MJ lovers, y'all know what that is.
Right.
Then it's like you could turn on some Gucci and be like, yeah, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
But
Yeah.
and I didn't really do all that growing up, so I can really relate to Jeezy. Like, okay, we all going through this struggle, and we work together, we can get somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really respect Jeezy's hustle as far as that, and you know, I commend him for changing his life around.
Yeah. 'Cause I thought it was gonna be tight for him. I
Yeah.
think the whole Instagram got silent. At one point, when Gucci started throwing punches, I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh, damn, you throwing
And you reversed that thing though.
Yeah, but you know, it's good to see,
He
like,
controlled that energy.
yeah, they went up above that. You know what I'm saying? I always saw them as Gucci Mane was more the street, you know, he was for the streets, and Jesus was more like a boss, you know, of the streets. You know what I mean? Like, so I can always see like how they were separate, but you know, it was good to see them come together again for the culture. You know, I actually listened to Jesus' song. They dropped it at midnight. Listen to it. It's a whole new vibe. Into a lot of growth and maturity. You know what I mean? And so, you know, hey, big ups to them too. And, you know, it is what it is, man. So hopefully they'll be able to work in the future. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, hey, but I know you say from DC, but what's originally your nationality though? Because I know it's got a little Jamaican in there. And a little something else in the sauce. What's the
So, okay, I'm gonna tell the whole story. No, I'm just I feel you, Abe. So both my parents are Liberian from West Africa.
Right.
My grandmother though, her mother and father was split in between. So my grandfather was Jamaican and her mother was West Indian.
Okay.
So that's where all my mix comes in.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we have fun in our culture, you know.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy upbringing because people don't even know like the struggle of being in a family that's not from, you know, America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's like you gotta live to so many high expectations. And as soon as you go a little to the side, they be like, oh, you're not my daughter.
Right. I see you.
I'm like, hold up. Let me show you the birth certificate.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
Don't work.
I know. So, yeah, I mean, that's all me, though.
Right. So how so as far as music, like how did it come about? Like doing the singing since you was a kid, or just kind of?
Well, I started out playing the piano. I was playing the piano for like 5 years, and I picked up how to write notes.
Okay.
So I was writing sheet music.
I can now read that.
So I had this love for that, and then I started putting words to poems, ended up getting straight A's in English class, because I always knew how to, you know, do the poems, and that was like a big thing. And then I just turned it into words, but it's crazy because the very first song I wrote was when I was like around 14, and it was called Hot Body.
Right.
So,
So it was that more like cultural song, or was it American-based song? Because I know, I mean, like you said, you grew up that culture, but like, was your early music more cultural, or was it still like?
I was still American.
Okay.
Like when my friends see me, like, girl, you lying. You are not from that country. You are too damn Americanized.
Right.
I was like, yeah, it's me, you know. But yeah, that song just really was like the starting point. And then I linked up with a producer that was out in Raleigh, and he just really worked with me, you know what I'm saying, until I recorded this one song, which you guys will be playing tonight. And it was about my relationship that I left.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in a 10-year relationship with my kid's father. We were married. But it was a crazy relationship.
Yeah.
And like literally recording that song, I was crying.
Yeah.
You know? So, and the crazy thing about that song is when people listen to it, they feel that too. You know?
I think that's when you create the best music, though. Like,
It's R&B album.
it's like, especially R&B. You went to a low point. You know what I mean? And then you got to work through the emotion of what the song is and let it play out before people. You know?
Yeah.
And I think like that's sometimes what I miss about the art music. There's no heartfelt emotion connect to the words anymore. Like it used to. You know, that's why I feel like R&B is about to take another turn and come back.
Yeah.
You know, I applaud all the artists out there, but sometimes it's challenging when you can look at the billboards and you see like hip hop artists top 5 on R&B. You know what I mean? And it was like, how did we even get here?
Right.
So, you know, hey,
Yeah.
that's good.
R&B suffering right now.
That's for sure. Because you know, back in the day, it was like, if you was a R&B singer and a hip hop artist got on your track, that means that hip hop artist made it. He crossed over, like they on the big time.
Right.
But see, now it's the opposite.
Right.
So if an R&B singer gets on a hip hop track, then it's like they made it, they own it. You know, and it's like, man. But you know, I mean, that's how things should. But I think, like I said, it's coming back soon for something. So with that, you know, you say you was Dan Riley. How did you end up in the 80s?
Well, it was a family move.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. It was just like one day, hey, let's move to Atlanta. I'm like, okay.
Right.
And so I came down here, and then like, it didn't even take me a year because I'm a social person.
Right.
So I was just out meet people, and then one thing led to another, and I ended up running into the producer I work with now.
Okay.
So once I was able to leave that relationship, I was like, now I can start a brand new one and call me.
Right.
Sure. And so, hey.
But that's good though. Like that's good. Like the transition was a multi-transition because sometimes people leave one place and they go through a couple of people before they can find somebody to really work with. Especially in a female industry because there's so much going on out here. You don't know who is who.
That's true.
So that's a good transition. So we're gonna get into some music right quick. So I want you to introduce one of the songs that you got for us. So choose whatever you want. Introduce to people.
So this song they're about to play is called Touch My Body. A little background about it, it actually started out a lot slower. It was like a really, like maybe a 90s throwback type feel when I first started it. And, you know, my manager and I was just talking and we were just like, you know what? For it to happen in this era, it needs to be a little faster.
Right.
To figure out how to make it more like, not hip hop,
Yeah.
but able for people to be like, right, exactly. And then it's just, you know, a lot of people are in relationships and people don't realize that. I know women probably gonna get on me on this, but our men really need us. Like they work hard, and you know, for them to really understand, like, hey, I see you working, babe. You know, let me show you how I appreciate you working hard. And so that's where that song kind of came, like, Touch My Body.
Okay. All right. You heard it right here. Vanessa Jodie in the building. Touch My Body right here on Hollywood Radio. Let's make it talk.
Why go to room?
pump some gas.
Man, you know what I mean? Hey, that's a good after argument song. Throw that thing on, you get your mind right.
That's true. Like some candles.
Like,
You know?
I'm sorry, but come here.
Look at her and say, I want to come back home. Oh, yeah, I like that though. For real. Yeah, that's a dope song, man. Hey, so have you got visual to it yet, or you still kind of like, you're still working on it?
Well, we are talking about the music video. We already have a videographer hired for the project.
Okay.
We're just putting the concepts together.
Right.
But I definitely foresee that's probably, okay, you guys are hearing it here exclusively. Probably drop
Exclusively.
New Year's, you know, right on New Year's. So I'm ready. I mean, that's definitely going to be a dope video for sure.
Yeah.
Like, we talking sand, sun, you know,
Right.
girls. Everybody
Okay.
like seeing that.
Man, it was thing, but you know, like I think of like those old dope R&B joints, videos like back in the day,
Mhm.
and it like the vibe that he had, especially like something like that. It reminded me of some like the skate, you know, groups like that that had that visuals, man. Like it's just like it's just done just to see what it's gonna do. Like, oh, we just got to do it, but nobody the craft of it. You know, so I can't wait to see it. I think it's gonna turn out good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that's like my biggest thing. Like every video that I'm able to do, they give me the power to kind of decide, you know, what you think. You know what I'm saying? And my mind be on a whole nother like Missy Elliott type stuff. I'd be like, I want to do something that nobody else has done. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Because that's what I'm very creative like that. You know what I'm saying? Like. And so with Touch My Body, I'm like, that's just, we're going to do some interesting things that people haven't seen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm ready to do that and put it out there.
And the one good thing about it is you have especially being here in Atlanta, you have a path that you can create for yourself. Because of the way the industry is now, it's like you can be that,
Right.
you know, for that lane. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I look forward to that. So speaking of like the creativity side of it, like who do you draw like inspiration from? Is there any particular artist you like? But before you answer that question, we always ask everybody to come on the show. You have a chance to work with 5 artists
Oh, yes.
to create your platinum album.
Yeah.
Who would they be?
I'm glad you asked that question. So, the first
Everybody else was like, oh man, I gotta put my homie on for the track. They don't want to be outside. Like, you the first person that said, I like that question.
I do. Because I think about it all the time, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, this is a thought about question. You happy to say your top 5, you talk about this.
Real talk.
It's a well thought question.
Like, the first person would be Drake,
Okay.
hands down.
Yeah. Top
Because,
5.
you know, he crossed over a little bit with the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to
So-
be crying on that. Ain't no Caribbean style.
I'm sorry, baby. Alright.
You getting their feelings like, hey, can you come back? Like, I'm come back.
Great.
The second person I would say is Nicki.
Okay.
I think that would be a sick, you know, collaboration. And then, to be honest with you, I would love to do a song with Meek Mill.
Male since 16.
Yes. Another person.
Any old school traditional?
Yes,
R&B?
you know, you read my mind. I'm not even gonna front. Like I was over here thinking, man, they gonna say that's an old person, but Fabulous, hands down.
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
Like I remember back in the day, I used to be like,
Yeah.
hey.
Fabulous know how to give you the hip hop with the R&B flavor too. You know what I mean? I like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
And then my last person, let me think hard. To be honest with you, DJ Khaled. I know he don't really do music, but I just
Yeah.
want him shouting on my track.
I mean, it's no different when Birdman said, you know what I
Right.
mean? You already know what kind of hit he gonna be.
Right. I just
Yeah.
want to start doing it. He's like, and another one.
Right. Do a whole Caribbean joint too?
Yes.
Oh man, that'd be dope.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's it right there.
Alright, yeah. That's a good vibe though, you know what I mean? That'd be a good good first album put together. Get some buzz out there. Yeah. So like, do you do a lot of writing?
I do.
Yeah.
Like literally, when everybody's asleep, I'm up 4:30 in the morning writing something.
Right.
And then, you know, I have 2 sons, so I'll be like, they know. Like when I start writing, they be like, "What? Oh, mommy's writing a new song. Let's give her a minute."
Right.
Because they already know, like, when I start writing, I gotta finish it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
Yeah, so I write all the time. I write about parties, relationships. I've done a Black Love. I wrote that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wrote even, like, certain remixes of certain songs.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because you actually did a Pop Smoke remix.
I did.
It was dope.
That one blew up in a month.
Yeah.
Like in 1 month, we got 186,000 views. On that.
Right. I mean, how did it come about? You just listening one day and just like.
No, I'm telling you the truth. Exclusively here, right?
Exclusive, girl. Artist exclusive.
So my manager called me one day and he was like, "You know what I feel like would be a good move for you?" I said, "What?" He said, "Listen to this song, Welcome to the Party by Pop Smoke." I'm not even gonna front, like, I don't listen to rap, you know what I'm saying? I'm all into the whole old school R&B, like new school a little bit. But when I listen to Pop Smoke and I listen to Welcome to the Party, I was like, okay. I listened to the beat, I'm like, okay, I can do something with this. I sat in that bed and I started writing and I did not stop till I finished. I hit my manager up probably like an hour later. I was like, "Oh, you told me to write to that? Oh yeah, I got my verses done and my chorus. What's up?"
Right.
And he was like, "Okay." I was like, "Yeah, and I'm going to the studio on Friday. I already called my producer." And it was over. I got in the studio and my producer was like, "Okay, let's see how this goes." So I went in the booth and I started going. He was like, "Yo, this is hot." I was like, "Yeah." So then, once we were finished, my manager was like, "Okay, you know what? This song is missing one thing." I was like, "What?" He said, "We need a DJ on this track." So then that's when I was like, I know the perfect DJ, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Who?" I said, "Hollywood."
Yeah.
So
DJ Hollywood.
he didn't really know of Hollywood, but I met Hollywood, like he didn't know me, but I knew him about a year ago when I was doing the showcases. And then one day, like, I was supporting him on his live reviews on Instagram, and he heard Touch My Body, and then he was like, "Yo, this is my song right here."
Mm-hmm.
And then from that day forward, it's been history. Like, he always come out to support me,
Right.
and I vice versa, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when I hit him up, I was like, "Hollywood, I got this song I want you to be on. Okay, I'm about to send this to you to do that." So I sent it to him, right? He calls me back and he's like, "Jodie, that track right there, your voice is just too sexy to be on a Pop Smoke beat."
Right.
I said, "Okay, Hollywood, I know you do live reviews all the time, but I wasn't asking you to review my song."
Right.
Send a DJ your song and I was
I know.
Okay.
So he was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I was asking you to be on the track."
Nah.
Right.
He was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. When and where?" And he was just real cool about it. So we got in the studio, he came through, and he did his thing, and then he was like, "Okay, we gotta shoot a video." So the next week, we shot the video, you know?
Yeah.
We met up, we had a few females come through, and then that was it. It was history.
I saw the video. The video was dope.
When we dropped that video, the numbers was coming in.
Yeah.
Like, but give and take, it was a lot of promotion behind it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
No doubt.